Alright, so in this video, I'm basically going to be showing you how to track your email opens. That way you can go ahead and remove any people that have been unopened for, let's say, about 7 days, so that you can just go ahead and remove them from your email list. That way you can only email people that want to be emailed. So therefore, I'm going to be showing you how to build the workflow inside of n8n that checks whenever someone does open the email that you've sent to them and how to implement it. All right, so first of all, in the first note, you want to go ahead and you want to click that, and you want to click on a webhook. You want to type webhook specifically and this webhook right here. Now this is your unique path and everything, and you want to come here to where it says respond and click on using respond to webhook. That way it will respond at the end of the webhook, and make sure that it's set to get right there. Afterwards, you want to go ahead and you want to type in the wait node and set that to about 2 seconds. Now that you have all of that set up, you want to go ahead, click that, and pick the edit field. Two edit fields right here where it says manual mapping. You want to go ahead and you want to type in, this is basically just you renaming the components. You can type in whatever you want to name the node right here. So, and then over here, so here where it says name, you want to go ahead and you want to specifically name it data. And as for the value that you'll be entering here, I just have something that you'll go ahead and copy and paste, because I'm not expecting you to memorize all of this, because I myself wouldn't be able to. So I'll have that in the description where you can just go ahead and copy and paste it. And basically what this will do, this big chunk of thingy, it gives you the ingredient to make an image that is a 1x1 pixel. So basically it will be so small that the people on their side will not be able to see it, but at the same time it will be an actual working image, so that you can load in the data so it actually works. So you want to go ahead, you want to copy all of that, and then you want to go ahead and inside of you want to paste all of that right there. And that is about everything you want to do inside of the set node right there. Afterwards, you're gonna come over here and you want to type in convert to file here, and you want to go at the end here where it says move base 64 string to file, and you want to click that. Now over here where it says the input field, this is where you're receiving the information. So we'll go ahead and you want to type in data, which is what we just named this field right here. So you're going to take the ingredient to make the image, take data, and the output, you can just go ahead and name it pixel. And important to note here where it says MIME type, here you want to type in image/png. It's to make sure that you're actually creating an image with the data that you have there. So once again, data pixel image/png. Now after that, you want to come over here and you want to this time type in a webhook and respond to webhook. So when we load in an email, it's going to ask for the image on our side, which will allow us to gather information about who opens the emails, because it only asks for the image whenever they open their email and not when they do not open their email. So you want to go ahead and you want to respond with binary file right here. So binary file, and then choose automatically from input, and you just go ahead and you leave that now. So this is how your workflow currently looks. Now over here, this path specifically here, this one sends the request to the workflow to get the image. This one creates the ingredient that will make the image, and this one turns it actually into an image, and this one gives the image that they have requested. Now let's create the part that they will be tracking, where we track the people that actually open it. So you want to go ahead and you want to type in edit once again. Now specifically, not edit image, wrong one, edit, and this is the edit fields set. So you want to go ahead and you want to specifically look for the email, because that's all you need. You just need their emails, and that's where you will be dragging in the email value. And another thing you're going to do is you're going to type in state. So basically what this state just means is, by default, I'll show you in a bit, it will be set as unopened, meaning that they haven't opened the email yet or viewed it yet. And over here, we're going to type in opened, because that means that when we receive these requests to get an image each time, it means that they have actually gone ahead and opened the email. So after that, you just have that right there. So edit fields, Just gonna name that update email status right there. Then right after here is where we will be sorting out the information that we get from the webhook. Right after that, we want to go to the actual source where we're storing the information, where we're tracking the emails basically. So you want to go ahead and you want to click update row in sheet. You want to go ahead and you want to pick out the Google Sheets document where you're storing the email metrics. So in this case, you'll notice that I have a Google Sheet named emails. And right here, I have sheet 1 where it's just the emails, to name the email. And then the email metrics where I store the email, the subject, so what the email was about, and the status where it will be not opened or opened, and email send date when we send that. So this one will specifically enable you to see that if it's still not opened after a whole week, that person most likely will be less likely to open future emails that you're sending to them. So then you go ahead, you pick the name of the document, so emails. Then we want to go ahead and pick email metrics because that's where we're storing the information. Now here where it says column to match, basically this is where you want to make sure that you're updating the information of the correct email. So you want to go ahead and pick email because we want to make sure when it's, for example, I'm going to use a name when it's Kaylin, we only want to update it so that it says that Kaylin opened it, and not when Kaylin opened it, it goes ahead and it updates it and says that Bob the Builder has opened it. So right here, all of that, we'll find all of the data to use in a bit. But before we do that, I need to show you how to implement everything correctly. So on this side, for the time being, we have everything set up to track the opens on our email. But you want to go ahead and you want to copy the webhook, the production URL right there. You want to copy that. And then you want to go to the n8n workflow that actually sends the emails to them. And in case you haven't built out the email system yet, I have another video where I teach you how to build out the lead magnet system yourself, and you can check that in the top right hand corner in case you want to go ahead and you want to build this. Now, here where it says send an email, you want to go inside of there and make sure that it's set to email type HTML because we'll be putting in this information as HTML. And here is where we are going to let the magic happen. So you want to go ahead, you want to type in that right there. So image, and then the source of the image equals to, and then those double quotation marks. And here is where you want to put in the URL, the link basically of that webhook just now. So that right there. And then afterwards, you want to put a question mark, then you type in ID, and you want to type it equals, and then you want to drag in the email, because here specifically we're going to make it so whenever it sends a request, it always includes the email in the request so we can use that information to update the correct email. So after that, you're going to go ahead and you want to say a comma. All right, you do not want a comma. I just checked it quickly. You do not want a comma. Then you want to go ahead and you want to set the width equals to 1. You may want to make it 1, and then the height, you want to go ahead and equals that to 1 as well. Also make sure, I just realized that I'm making a mistake, make sure it's always double quotation marks right there. So width 1, height 1. And right after that, you want to type in style equals and then double quotation mark display and then those double colons there and type in none. And right after the none, you want to put in the semicolon right there at the end. And over here, you want to go ahead and you want to type in alt equals to absolutely nothing. And then you put a slash at the end, which signals the end of the image structure right there. So when we go ahead and we look at HTML, you'll see that there is nothing included right there, which means that everything we entered right there is completely correct. So then now let me show you how this will actually work. So then right after the send email, send a message, now you want to go ahead and you want to type in Gmail again. And this time we want to get a message right here. You want to get the message that you just sent. And this is the message ID. So here where it said send a message, here where it says ID, you want to grab that ID and you want to drag it into the message ID and leave the simplify on. And then after that, you want to go ahead and add the Google Sheet where you're storing the information regarding whether they open the emails or not. So then append row in sheet. And you want to go ahead, you want to click the emails where you're storing the emails and sheet email metrics right there, because that's where I'm storing the emails. So that here where it says the email is where actually the person that I'm sending it to. I want to go ahead and drag their information. So here where it says to, drag there and put the to right there, email to. And here where it says the subject, you want to go ahead and look for the subject, drag that and pull it right there. The subject here where it says status, you don't need to drag anything. Just go ahead and type in not open, because it'll always be the same, because each time you send them the message, it'll always be unopened until they go and open it. And here where it says email send date, you can just go ahead, and here where it says date right here, so here where it says date, you want to go ahead and drag that here where it says email send date, and then that is everything that you want to include right there. That's all of the information you need right there. So then right here, now I'm just going to go ahead and I'm quickly going to subscribe so I can show you that this will actually work. So we have data to work with the other workflow. But before that, the email open tracker, the one that we just created, you want to go ahead and you want to publish it even before we have everything correctly entered there. You just want to have it published so that it's able to receive the information. Otherwise, you won't be getting any information to work with. So go back to the lead magnet system, and then right here, you want to publish that. You want to grab the public link. Then you want to go ahead, put in your name, Alan, put in your email.com. There we go. Get access to the n8n templates. It goes ahead, it runs it. Now you will see inside of the emails right here. Oh, all right. So I ran into a problem right there. It's a good thing that I ran into it, so I can show you how to fix it. So go back to your workflow here where it says executions. Here where I just ran it, you want to go ahead and the top one, copy that to the editor. And as you can see right here, go here at the append in sheet, because that means that all of this that we just dragged in did not pull any information. So here where it says the email, you want to go ahead and you want to grab the email. So here where it says to there, to grab the email right there. Here where it says subject, look for the subject, and you want to drag the subject, put that in. Here where it says email send date, you want to go ahead and you want to look for the date when the email was sent, which it does not seem to be showing. All right, because of the fact that it's not showing the information right there, I'm going to help you to get the date by adding in another node, which is the current date and time node. And you want to go ahead and you want to get current date. So this is where you'll get the current date. And then after that, because of the fact that it will put in the date and also the time with it, I don't recommend you doing that. I just go ahead and type in date time once again, and this time format the date. So the date that you'll be receiving from the previous node right here. But before that, you want to go ahead. So the data that you'll be receiving from the previous node, you want to go ahead and first of all, execute the workflow with the data that we just copied right there. So, and then it goes ahead and it does that in here where it says format date. As you can see, because there was no date there, you can just go ahead, drag the current date in there, and then format it to YYMDDD. So right there, that's all we're going to be needing. And here where it says append in row, you want to now go down, and everything here you have to reconfigure. Now I'll just show you how to do that. So remove that. Here where it says email, go to the get a message node, and then you want to drag in the email from the to right there, and over here you want to grab the subject once again and drag it back right in there. And here it says email send date, you want to now go ahead to the date and time one. So the one before this append in row sheet, you want to drag that in and you want to pull it right there, and now it will store the date on when it was sent to you. So let's go ahead, let's first of all clear all of this information. And now for you to actually see that all of this will work, first of all you need to go ahead and you want to publish it, so the changes have been made, and then reload that, put in the email again, Kalen, and then Kalen@gmail.com. It goes ahead and it stores the information, and then you go back there, and as you can see here is all of your information. The email, there's a subject of your email, the status, they haven't opened it, and this is when you sent them, which is the actual date of today. So now that we actually have data to work with, you can go ahead Now we have our email opened up in email that it just sent us with that system. So now because of the fact that it opened us, it should have gone ahead and sent the request to get the image. So right here, the email open tracker template that we just made. And then you go ahead and you check the executions. And as you can see, we have a failed execution right there. That's precisely what we want. You want to go ahead and you want to click debug in editor. Now right here, everything is working perfectly at the top. It's creating it. But over here where it says update email status, we're not getting any emails right here. So that's automatically set as opened. We change that to that. Then you want to go ahead to the schema here where it says email, go to your webhook specifically, go underneath where it says the ID, and that's the ID we want it to be included. So you go ahead and you drag that right over there. So now it will include the email of the person that opened the email. And then right after that, you want to go ahead and here where it says update in row sheet, you want to see here where it says columns to match on, you have it select as email. You want to drag the email block right in there. Here where it says update, delete the subject, delete the email, send on. All you want to update is the status. So you take the state right there, drag that in there, and now when it is opened, it will actually go ahead and update the information in there. So you want to go ahead, publish that so it saves the changes that you just made. And right here we have it as not open. So let me restart the whole process from start to end again. So then we have it published now. Back to our lead magnet system, the data that we just worked with, you want to go ahead, you want to click execute workflow. It goes ahead and it does its thing. All right, it has finally done its thing. And here's everything there. Here's your n8n not opened right there. It's important that you see it's not open. Then I just opened the email that it just sent me, and then it should have gone ahead and quickly updated the information inside of the Google Sheet. It should go ahead and it should say that your email has been opened because it updated the information now. So that's basically how you go ahead and make sure that you're able to track the people that actually open your emails, so that you only keep them on if they are still opening your emails. And if they haven't opened it in about 7 days, you can go ahead and you can remove them. Now, in case you want me to also help you with building an automation that goes ahead and it first checks if the person has not opened the email for 7 days or more, and when they have not, and then it goes ahead and it removes them from your email list. That way you can keep emailing people only that want to be emailed. In case you want the template to this right here, it will be inside of the Google Drive, which you will be able to get access to with the link in the description. I'll give you access to the Google Drive where I store all of the n8n templates that I create that can help you as a solopreneur. That brings us to the end of this video.